Radicals Part 1. Here are the steps to adding and subtracting radicals. You want to reduce, simplify, or break down your radicals first before you add them together. Then you want to add and subtract your coefficients, outside stuff to outside stuff, and the radical comes along for the ride. You can only add and subtract like radicals. So an example would be like this. Square root of 5 plus the square root of 5. These are considered like radicals. So if I throw a number here 2 and a number 3 there, these are considered like radicals, and you add the coefficients. So 3 plus 2 is 5, and the radical comes along for a ride. Then the last step is just clean up anything that you need to with your radicals. Alright, so here are just a few more pictures of the like radicals and the non-like radicals. I'd say you don't need to write this slide down, I just want to talk through it with you. The reason why this is a like radical is because it has the square root of 2 and a square root of 2. This one is a like radical, the square root of 15 and the square root of 15, exactly alike. And then this last one has an AB squared and an AB squared. Now let's talk about the ones that are not alike. We have 2 square roots of 5 and square root of 2. Those are not alike. They both have to be either square root of 5 or square root of 2. These are not alike because they don't both have the same either 3x or x. And then again, these are not alike because they don't have the same exact x squared y or xy squared. So you cannot add or subtract them. Alright, so let's go on and do a few quick examples. So example A, 9 square root of 3 plus 7 square roots of 3. Look and see if these radicals are alike. Do they have exactly the same radicand? They do. They both have 3. So what you do is you add their coefficients together. 9 plus 7. And then this radical comes along for the ride. Now we just need to simplify that green piece. 9 plus 7 is 16, and then square root of 3. All right. If you want to go ahead and try this one on your own, you probably should be able to get it. 6 square roots of 7 plus 7 square roots of 7. Add these two together. And then the square root of 7 comes along for the ride. So 6 plus 7 is 13. And then the square root of 7 comes along for the ride. All right, next example. I'm just going to throw little lines here. The square root of 75x plus the square root of 45x. Can you add those together? Not at this point, but let's see if we can break them down. So 75, if you remember our lesson on simplifying radicals, you can break that down as 3 times 25 and then x, which then becomes 3 times 5 squared. This is going to come down in front as your 5, and then 3x is going to stay underneath. All right, let's break down this one, 45x. 45 can be broken down as 9 and 5. And then you can break down 9 as 3 times 3. And then 3 will come out in front. And then your 5x stays underneath. So if we look at those two radicands, they are not alike. So we could not combine these together. This is a 3x and that is a 5x. So these are considered unlike denominators. So you are done. Next example, 2 square roots of 50 plus 12 square root of 8. Let's break them down. I'm going to break down 50 first. So 2, 50 is 25 times 2. 5 squared and 2. This comes out in front. 2 times 5. 2 stays underneath. And you get 10 square roots of 2. All right, let's head over to this piece here. Square root of 8 can be rewritten as 4 times 2. Square root of 4 is 2 squared. This 2 comes out in front. And I have a 2 still left underneath. So we get 24 square roots of 2 because 12 times 2 is 24. All right, I'm just going to split this down a little bit here. Can you add these two radicals together? Are they alike? 10 square roots of 2 plus 24 square roots of 2. Yes. 10 plus 24 is 34. And then your radical is coming along for the ride as square root of 2. Last one of these. Right now these two radicals are not alike, but let's try and break them down. Well, 6 square roots of 5, you can't do anything with that, so I'm going to leave that one alone. But you can break down this radical of 20 as 4 times 5. And then 4 times 5, you can break down that 4 as 2 times 2. And then the 2 comes out in front, and you have the 5 left over. So now I'm just going to bring down this blue 6 square roots of 5, 6 square roots of 5. All right, are these two radicals alike? Yes, they have the same radicand, square root of 5, square root of 5. And now we're going to subtract them. 6 minus 2 is 4. 6 minus 2 is 4, so your answer is 4 square roots of 5.